Okay, so you've talked a lot about story. Talk to us about like story arc, narrative arc, like a nonprofit story. What's the one that inspires a gift versus one that's just like, here's who we are, here's what we do. Like,
Yes.
what does that look like?
It's not about the stats. So many people are like stat, and 50%, and we have the 100 people. I'm like, great. But tell me, there has to be souls behind the stats.
Yeah, I need
There has
emotion.
to be meaning behind the metrics. That
Mhm.
is why narrative change and raising with our organization, we have three things: direct capital, build capacity, raise awareness. Okay. This morning I was literally talking to a huge organization because we're doing a whole storytelling campaign of their organizations. Because that's what it's about. It's about telling the stories. That is what's going to move people to take an action, especially right now, because there are so many stories that are dividing our people. Story shapes reality.
And
Story
culture, yeah.
shapes reality and culture, exactly. So, where do you fit within that story? And what stories are you telling, right? What do you want your people to get excited about and be a part of? You know what I mean? And you get to
Yeah.
determine that. And your greatest stories are within you. They're not just from the nonprofits that are your constituents, they're from your donors as well, from your board members as well. Everybody has gone through something, and it's your job to get and understand why are you here in the first place? What is motivating you? What is moving you in the first place? Because that is going to lead to the transformation.
So tell me then, is storytelling colorblind? Do we need to direct our stories to Black donors and
Say,
communities in a different way?
I would say storytelling is colorblind because love is colorblind, right? But that doesn't mean you have to be culturally competent,
Okay.
okay?
That's a
Because
great
one
distinction.
size don't fit all. You know what I'm saying? Because is it really love if you go to somebody and they say I need shoes and they're a size 6, would you give them size 12? Is that
Right.
love?
No.
That's not love. That's just saying I'm gonna check off the box, right? So your story has to be in the same thing, right? You have to actually meet your people where you're at, or else they're not gonna see themselves in that story,
So do
right?
your homework.
Do your
Like know who
homework.
you're, yeah, know who you're talking to.
And also, people aren't pawns. You know what I mean? I had so many people come up to me and they're like, "Are you facing trouble this time around? You know, because of what we focus on?" And people are saying no to DEI, and I'm like, "Yes." I see brands who get a little hesitant, they're like a little bit worried, but you know what? I realize it's not my job to convince anybody right now, right?
Yeah, they're
I am
lovely
not here
people.
to convince anyone. I am saying, here's what we are doing. Do you want to be a part of it? And that's another thing I'm gonna say. See, don't get me started. So many organizations feel like, okay, well, I can't get corporate sponsors, or I can't get. Every organization that I have worked with has, I've always been the first director of development at any nonprofit that I've worked with, okay? And we've always secured major partnerships. I've worked with Nike, I work with Whole Foods, I work with ESPN, I work with name the brand, I'll be there, okay? And so I am realizing, especially in doing this work, okay, because we're literally run Black Philanthropy Month. Our organization, Black is in our name, okay? My logo is literally a
You're not
bee,
gonna
so
hide. You're not
you
hiding
can't
from
hide.
DEI.
But what I am saying here is that I realize that what we have to provide is an asset. Okay? Our community is an asset. Our storytelling is an asset. What we can provide, how we show up is an asset. And it first started with me understanding that I am an asset. Come on, somebody. Hello?